Hello, it's Bobi aka Paginator, and we have an Owlcrate unboxing today. Alright, let's open the box on up. Don't fall out. What do we see here? Traverse the realms. Ah, yes. I recall. That is the theme for May. As I'm filming, it is the 18th of May. Set aside the spoiler card in case we need to look at it for something. And holy cow, I see something that looks like Lord of the Rings. It says Traveler, and is this like a luggage tag? It does appear to be a luggage tag. That's pretty. And this will be handy because I am going to be traveling this December, and usually when I travel it's just by car, but I am going to be flying somewhere. And the last time I was at my parents' house, my mom accidentally broke off the luggage tag that I have on my suitcase, so now I've got one. If you're curious, the place I'm going to be flying to is Las Vegas. I'm very excited. I am not going to be doing any gambling or anything like that. I am going there for the National Finals Rodeo. Ah, okay. So this thing, it's like a metal band and the end twists onto the other end. That's very nice. All right. We've got a little tiny box that I'm suspecting has a pen in it. So it says Red London. Nice little clicky pen. Let's see. Oh, I do have a piece of paper here. It works. Here is the pin. This is number 5 of 12, of course. May is the 5th month. Perfect Pairings is our theme this year, and it says based on Percy Jackson and the Olympians by Rick Riordan. So is it Percy and Annabeth then? Okay, so it looks like Percy down here is reaching up, and then Annabeth is maybe reaching down to grab him. All right, we have a square box this time, and it says on the back, place your delicious dishes that transcend the realms on this ceramic trivet, inspired by Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Ooh. This trivet features a stunning design representing the transition between the kingdoms and has been beautifully illustrated by @GaianArt. Excuse me, I said that wrong, @GaianArt. All right, let's see here. Ooh, wow, that's gorgeous. I'm not gonna set a food dish on this and make it all dirty. No! That shall be a display item. I love Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I recently read the sequel, Heart of the Sun Warrior. It was lovely. Highly, highly recommend. In fact, both of the books are right here next to me. I can show you. Aren't they pretty? Oh, we've got another great big box here. This says on the back, look inside this mirror and see beyond the invisible boundary between the human and fairyland. Inspired by the Buried and the Bound, our mirror is a magical piece to keep on your dresser, and it's double-sided too. This item was designed with love by the Pearled Reader. This mirror was packed in styrofoam, and I know some people like really hate the sound of styrofoam squeaking and stuff, so I'll cut out that part for you. You can get a good look at my closet right there. It does swivel on its stand, so you can turn it over and over. But I'm not going to do that in the camera because it's going to catch the light, and it's going to do it'll do flashing lights if I do that in the camera, and I don't want to cause like headaches or seizures or something like that. So just trust me. Are we ready to see the book? What's it going to be? Song of the something realms? 6 Realms. Song of the 6 Realms. Judy I. Lynn. There's a look out of the plastic right there, and we do have some shiny sprayed edges. Very nice. I will remove the dust jacket, as is our usual routine. Ooh. That's beautiful. This is Twilight's Begonia. And remember, the chin is the lock, but she is the key. I can never remember if Q in Chinese is pronounced with a k or a sh. I always have to Google it every time. So I am so sorry if I said that wrong. Look at these gorgeous end papers. Ooh, there they are in the snow. And we have our author's signature and the letter here. Shall we read it? Yes. Dear Owlcrate readers, I've always been fascinated by tales of immortality. I grew up reading stories about Irish gods like the Tuatha De Danann. Oh my gosh, Tuatha De Danann. I haven't thought about that in forever. I took some Celtic history and folklore classes in college. Tuatha De Danann. Oh my gosh, flashbacks. And the Scottish fairies of the Seelie and Unsily courts. My interest is not aspirational, but more about the stress-inducing thought of spending eternity with the same people. What sort of rivalries and grudges would follow them around for the rest of their long, long lives? And what kinds of family dramas would petty immortals cling to? But those sorts of fairy tales have never felt like mine. I grew up in Taiwan with different mythologies and folklore. It wasn't until the Chinese dramas about the Chinese celestials became popular that I finally found the type of immortals I could relate to. The Shanxi dramas were filled with gorgeous period costumes and awe-inspiring sets of grand sky palaces, philosophical questions about fate and destiny, and epic romances that tended to end in tragedy. I was inspired by those dramas to write about a lonely girl who longed for a different life than the sad one she was burdened with, and whose love of music and art got her through difficult times. I conjured up a boy whose path collided with hers, who was drawn to her quiet strength. I dreamed that someday I would get to write my own version of a fairy tale, a story about love that defies destiny, a love capable of changing worlds. You are holding that dream in your hands. I hope you like it. Happy reading, Judy. Aw, that's a sweet letter. Okay, we have art inside the dust jacket. It's beautiful. And here's what the synopsis tells us. Shu, a talented young musician, has no past and probably no future. Orphaned at a young age, she was taken by her kindly poet uncle who arranged for an apprenticeship at one of the most esteemed entertainment houses in the kingdom. She doesn't remember much before entering the house of flowering water, and when her uncle is suddenly killed in a bandit attack, she is devastated to lose her last connection to a life outside of her indentured contract. With no family and no patron, Chu is facing the possibility of a lifetime of servitude, playing the chin for nobles that praise her talent with one breath and sneer at her lowly social status with the next. Then one night she is unexpectedly called to the garden to put on a private performance for the enigmatic Duke Meng. For a young man of nobility, he is strangely kind and awkward and surprises Chu further with an irresistible offer. Serve as a musician in residence at his manor for just 3 years and he'll set her free of her indenture. Ah, interesting. But the Duke's motives become increasingly more suspect when he and Shu barely survive an attack by a nightmarish monster, and when he whisks her away to his estate, she discovers he's not just some country noble. He's one of the divine rulers of the celestial realm. There she learns that the 6 realms are on the brink of disaster, and incursions by demonic beasts are growing more frequent. The Duke needs Shu's help to unlock memories from her past that could hold the answers to how to stop the impending war, but first she will need to survive being the target of every monster and deity in the 6 realms. That really sounds amazing. I have really loved the Chinese and different other Asian country, like their folklore inspired fantasy books, like Daughter of the Moon Goddess and, what's another one that I've read recently? The Scarlet Alchemist, and I think that one's Korean inspired. I can't remember. But anyway, I really, 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 really love those, and I find myself like soaking up all that I can learn about the culture. So I'm excited for this. We have our Owlcrate newsletter. We will, of course, do our cover comparison. I remember seeing this cover on Goodreads. I was looking at like a list of newer releases and stuff that had come out recently, and I saw this cover and thought, ooh, that's pretty. So, of course, I'm going to ask you which cover you like the best, and we'll see what our theme for next month is. One step ahead. Every June box will include an exclusive item designed by @FrancisDesigns. Okay, and here is the art for that, one step ahead. Let's do some scrutinizing here. Are those dragon tails? Because that would be really awesome if there were dragons. Just saying. We got quite a packed box this time around, and I am gonna have to figure out how to get this all loaded back into the box so that I can take it to school for our usual show and tell tradition with the librarians. Let's see. What was my favorite item? Honestly, I'm gonna get the most use out of the metal bag tag if we're looking at things that are not the book. But I'm also really, really excited about the book. Let me know what your favorite item was, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.